Anti-no-deal Brexit MPs are attempting to seize control of the Commons timetable in order to table the legislation designed to extend the Article 50 process beyond the October 31st deadline. It was down to the Speaker, John Bercow, who himself reacted with fury over plans to suspend Parliament, to accept the MP's request, giving the so-called Rebel Alliance the chance to table a new business motion which, if passed, would give the group control of the Commons agenda, thereby allowing them to table legislation to block a no-deal. The vote is expected to take place later this evening, but without a Commons majority for the government, looks increasingly likely to succeed, especially as some Tory MPs have said they will vote against the government. These include Sir Nicholas Soames, grandson of Sir Winston Churchill, who said he will only support the government if he's given assurances that a Brexit deal will be done, and the father of the House, Kenneth Clarke, as well as former Chancellor Philip Hammond. But with threats of deselection from Number 10 to all those who go against the party whip, all three Tory grandees could find themselves thrown out of the Conservative Party. The bill would require the Prime Minister to request an extension of Article 50 until the 31st of January if no agreement is reached with the EU by the 19th of October and if Parliament has rejected a no-deal Brexit. It also says if the European Council proposes an extension to a different date, then the Prime Minister must accept the extension within 2 days unless the House of Commons rejects it. This has drawn criticism by opponents of the bill who claim it could mean the UK would remain in the EU indefinitely. If the application is successful tonight, the bill could go through all its Commons legislative stages at lightning speed on Wednesday. It would then go to the House of Lords throughout Thursday and Friday, ahead of the possible suspension of Parliament on Monday. In Parliament today, Boris Johnson said the government will uphold the Constitution and obey the law if the bill is passed. However, he urged MPs to reject it. Boris Johnson repeated his stance that he did not want a general election and refused to comment on questions about reports in the Daily Telegraph that he plans to run down the clock with the EU. The paper also alleges Mr Johnson's senior adviser Dominic Cummings referred to EU negotiations as a sham, although this has been categorically denied by a Downing Street source. This comes as a Scottish court was told that Boris Johnson appears to have approved a plan to shut down the UK Parliament 2 weeks before publicly announcing it. Meanwhile, a Downing Street source has told the UK press that if the government loses tomorrow's crucial vote, it's likely to table a motion to hold a snap election on the 14th of October. However, the Prime Minister would require a 2/3 majority for the motion to pass. For his part, Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn told supporters his party was ready for a vote, adding he would be delighted when the election comes. This despite former Prime Minister Tony Blair warning that Labour could struggle at any poll held before the Brexit issue is resolved.